The push forward, the push back. The wicker of the blade as it brings posture in. The thrust of the spear just touches your arm. And always the weight of the shield dragging your left arm down.
And here, unlooked for the West Saxons, reinforcements. And within him, his heart sinks that there should be more warriors to face him. More warriors. The last thing he needs. The Vikings are fierce. They're not overborne by this. And bring forward a pick snap to force through the Saxon line, followed by the whole stream of the army. And at the back stands Wulfstan, taken from his abbey in Anglia and brought here by the West Saxons as a prize, for he was the confidant of Eric Bloodaxe, and now stands crook in hand in the pay of the West Saxons. The battle is bitter. The hands are hard and horny. The shields are heavy, the thrust of the spear. Here in the half moon of the shield, your life spins before you. Can you hold your enemy back? Can he crush your shield, smash it before you, rip it from your hand? Can he? The Vikings think he can, for the Viking host retires. Now is the time where the lords of men must consider what they'll do. The Adred's Earl that he has sent here must consider that his supply line is very extended. And if he cannot make this stick, then none of them are going to get home. They will have a Northumbrian grave. For Eric, things are somewhat different. At one time, he might have expected help from out of the country, people coming from here and there, from crofts, bringing with them weapons which perhaps their father used, but no more. Because if he fails, then he'll die here, and he too will have a Northumbrian grave. Hard days for hard men, hard choices. Does Bloodaxe know enough English to understand them, or must they suffer interpreters? And Wulfstan, what of him as he stands there on the Saxon side, unable to speak to the man that was his lord and his confidant for so many years, when he was Archbishop of York? What must he think as he stands there and looks at his lord across the grass, separated by just a few Saxons? And so they call upon the king. Long live the king, vivat rex! But the Vikinga are not overborne. These are men born to the sword's edge, to whom the smell of hard iron and the mail shirts wait upon their shoulders on days cold, on days hot, in places far away in Byzantium, and in the north in Iceland, and in Norway. They have fought for king. But will Bloodaxe single combat time to see if it can be decided by one man with a sword? So his man is borne to the ground, but he struggles yet. And forward comes the good Archbishop to give absolution. Here is a man who will lie cold and stark upon the grass, but more of him later. Anyone else? Anyone else like to feel the edge of my sword? Who else will come and fight? Bloodaxe himself, perhaps. The huge broadaxe, useless in a close quarter fight, but the weapon which men love to handle. Great swinging blows, forcing the man back. Only one needs to get through the shield, and even a shield clash forces the man to the ground repeatedly. The Vikings cheer for their man. Contemptuously, he makes no attempt to kill him, but leaves him there, waiting for the Saxons to retrieve him. Next, but the men are becoming cold. From behind their shields, they shudder in the bitter cold wind as it blows across the moor. Is it death they feel? It is said that for every man there are 300 ghosts that stretch behind us to the caves, and it's at times like these, when they lean forward and you feel the prickle of their presence across the back of your neck, for you might join them and be dead too. But the small close quarter fighting of champions will neither win the day nor lose it, for these men all know what they came here for. The Saxons are quiet, thinking upon their fate perhaps, what might happen to them, far from home. But the Vikings are voluble, shouting for their side, and when he wins, they're happier still. They might vanish here, they might slip away unobserved into the hills and make their way home by quiet ways. And the Saxons know they can't do that. They came as a body and must go as a body. They came as an army, and with that army must live or die. And so they come to their feet again, licking their dry lips, bringing their weighty shields forwards. The spears glint underneath the light, and the gleam of the helmets and the dull grey mail are the things which define the warriors for the working day. And once again, Lord Tobias goes amongst his men. Remember what you said you would do when we sat together in the mead hall. When I gave you mead and rings of silver and gold, aye, and horses too. You remember that you said that when it came time to fight that you would stand with me, your shield held high and your spear above your head. Well, that time has come, and whether we would or no, this time is when we must fight. The Scowl shall remember your name, and as we go forward in battle together, your name will be remembered. The Vikings, undisciplined, cannot hold the line and run forward to the Saxon shield wall. A battle is joined again. But they're getting tired, and the long row of gleaming helms under the light, and the shuffle of the leather shoes on the wet grass may be the last things you hear and see. And as often happens with shield wall fighting, the lines spin round. This is because the shield is held in the left hand and the right side is unshielded. And as you fight, so you automatically take a pace back in that direction. And the shield wall pivots, broken into two groups of fighting men. They press for the advantage which none can find. These are difficult days. What will they do? That advantage must be found, and found soon. The lines withdraw, and every man with deep foreboding knows that soon things must come to an end. Perhaps this will be the final time. Perhaps this will be the time when he sells his life most gloriously. He who came with vikingami came up the great north road from the Adrid's place. What will happen? Strange period. Blood axes down, laid low in the grass, from which he will never arise. This king, who had been in Norway and been king twice in York, will be king no more, and Earl Marcus, his old friend, falls upon him, and he is laid low in the grass. The West Saxons, the English have their way of it. The Viking host is defeated. But they are strangely silent, they who came all this way to have their way. I do not hear very loudly for their win. But what of the slain? What of the man who took his shield down off the wall this morning, rehafted his old spear, threw his daughter screaming and laughing in the air? Just off to fight, he said, be back this evening. But he'll not come again. His wife leans upon the garden gate and looks up the lane to see her husband come. But he'll not come again. Nothing awaits him but the wormy tomb. He held sway here across the land. But the men who fought and held will not be seen again. But we are fortunate, because we can call, would you have taken up your father's spear when the Lord came with a red arrow into your town? What would you have done? Would you have fought for your Lord as you said you would, when you sat in the mead hall and he gave you rings and you drank from his cup? Would you then fight as you said you would, when the cry came, Stepper! 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 Ladies and gentlemen, the warriors of Relacja and Glory. And now the warriors form up and march away, so that the ship is on their right. The warriors form up